And feet on brakes. And glare.
Now, are the brakes on the front rudder pedals as well?
Yeah, up on the tops.
Yep, and I don't know if you have a separate volume or
I do.
Or how.
I can hear you fine.
Okay, because I was
How me?
real good. Yeah. Runway, but a little bit to the right, so I'll hold right stick.
Okay.
And anticipate that the nose may want to go to the right. Bringing in power, we get full power. You get rolling along here, and I push forward on the stick. And a little wiggle waggle on the rudder pedals there. And we got flying speed, twinning speed.
Like a rocket?
Yeah. Alright, you want to do some aileron rolls?
Yeah. That was 20 degrees nose up.
Yep.
Once you're established.
You neutralize, because you don't want to still be pulling back as you go into it.
Yeah.
I'll run you through one or two first.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, here we go. We're going to pull up, and then release that pressure, and then just roll it around. And the nose, kind of came back down.
Yep.
Not really, but the thing is, like if I pull back and roll while I'm still pulled back.
Like a barrel roll, right?
Yeah, see how we rolled further down towards the ground? And if you push too far forward, we get the negative G's, which is a little bit uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So, it's just about getting that nose high attitude and then neutralizing and then rolling. And the rudders, all I can say is just, it doesn't need a whole lot of rudder control, but it's a knack that you got to get the hang of.
Okay.
We're getting near the end of heading east here, but if you want to go ahead and do one, and then I'll do a hammerhead.
Okay.
To get us going back the other direction.
All right. So, line controls?
Yep, you got it.
All right. Be on the rudder.
Yep.
Get that straight. All right. So, pitch up. All right there.
Yep.
Neutralize.
And roll. Yep.
All right.
Your roll rate was a little bit slower.
Okay.
And so the nose had more time to fall through the horizon, which is typical.
Okay. Your controls.
Alrighty, I got it. I'm going to go ahead and do a hammerhead to reverse us back in the other direction. So I'm going to do a gentle pull up. Normally I do about a 4G pull up, but we'll just do it nice and gentle. Speed bleeding off. Full left rudder, full right aileron, a little bit forward on the stick. And got a 3G pull out.
Right on.
Alright. Okay, you want to do a couple more rolls?
Yeah.
Okay.
My controls.
You got it.
All right. So. Okay.
Yep. And again, nothing drastic on the rudder pedals.
Yep.
Just kind of keep a little tension on them.
Okay.
Alrighty.
All right. So pitch up.
Yep.
Oh, right there.
Yep. And roll. Yeah, beautiful, right on the horizon.
Right on.
You want to do a loop?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so with two of us in the plane, we want to be about 160 miles an hour when we start our pull. So I'll nose down, and then we want to start from a level attitude before we pull. And then I want to pull, and on the G meter, I don't know if you'll have a chance to look down, but we want to have about a 4G pull. If we don't, we're not going to make it all the way around the top. If we get too much, we kind of mush through the air. So 4 Gs is about good.
Okay.
So nose it down here, and go kind of drastic on the nose down to get the speed up. And then we're over 160, back to level. Let a little bit bleed off, and then now we pull. And just pretty much staying neutral on the rudder pedals. And we just kind of fly over the top. And then come out the backside. Oh, what was that? Yep. Just right under 4 Gs.
That's amazing.
Alright, you want to try one?
Yeah, I'll try it.
Okay.
Pretty drastic pullback.
Yeah, yep. Alright, you got it.
My controls.
Yep.
nose down.
Yep.
160, level off.
Level off.
Right there.
Yep. And
back.
pull. Yep. Pull. There you go. Pull a little harder. There you go. And just kind of let it fall over the top here. Still pulling. Little right rudder there. Okay. And then pull out of the dive. Yep.
Oh, wow.
All right.
All right, then nose down. Speed up.
A little more nose down.
More nose down.
There you go. Yep.
All right, 160.
All right.
Here we go.
And pull. There you go. Yep, no. Yep, I think you stuffed a little bit of right, a little too much right
On the top, yeah.
on the top, so, yep. Just go ahead and climb back up to 3,500. Right. Up the speed.
Whatever you want. Show me another hammerhead. That was lots of fun.
Okay. Those take a while to get used to. But,
Yeah.
What's happening is when I kick the rudder over, the outside wing is going through the air faster, so it wants to create lift and flip us over inverted. So if you watch, I'm using almost full opposite aileron to keep that wing from coming over. So that's kind of the tricky part to these. So. All right, and the pull-up, you can make a harder pull-up and get more vertical upline, or you can keep it a gentle pull-up, and then right about the time you're vertical, you're ready to kick it over. So we'll just do a gentle pull-up here. And I'm looking out my left-hand side. There we are, straight up. I'm putting in right rudder, right rudder, right rudder, and now full left rudder, full opposite aileron, and a little forward on the stick. And then we pull it out. And there we are at 3,500.
Very cool.
Down pretty well. And let's do I'll do a Cuban 8.
Okay.
It's a 5/8 of a loop or something like that.
Okay.
I'll try to talk my way through it as we go. So just like the loop, we start out, we want that 160, there's 160, and I pull around. And as we're going around, what I'm going to do is when we're pointed 45 degrees at the ground,
Yep.
I'm going to stop the roll, or stop the loop, and then roll level, and then pull out, and now we can go right back into the other side. Around, 45 degrees at the ground, we stop, roll level, and pull back to level flight.
That was amazing.
And now a reverse Cuban 8, I'll just do half of it, but instead of doing the looping part first and then stopping at the 45 and rolling level, we start with a pull-up to 45 degrees, we roll inverted, and then we kind of float over the top and the back side of the loop.
Okay.
So this is, I'll only do one side of the Cuban 8. So down here, there's our 160. We'll start level. I pull up to a 45. There's our 45. Roll inverted. This is a little uncomfortable because we're hanging upside down. We're letting that speed bleed off and just coming over the top of the loop and finishing the pull out from the loop.
That's awesome.
That's a reverse Cuban 8.
Very fun.
All right. And part of the sportsman category has a maneuver in it called a Humpty Bump. The hammerhead is where we, swivel the plane with the rudder. A Humpty Bump, we go straight up, and then we're doing like a half loop up at the top of the Humpty Bump. But we're going so slow, it's a really tight loop. But basically we're going straight up, and then we're pulling over backwards, and finishing up going straight down. So I'll do one of those for you. The same thing here, we want to be about 160. And we don't let the speed bleed off on these either, like we do on the hammerheads, because we need to fly the plane over the top of the maneuver, whereas the hammerhead is like a stall turn.
Okay.
So I pull up, and I gotta pull up a little harder. There's our straight up, and then I pull back, and plane's kind of like right at a stall, and then straight down, and then recover from the straight down.
Pretty amazing.
And then there's a thing called a shark's tooth, which we start out going straight up, and then we pull back to a 45-degree angle towards the ground, and then roll level. I'll go ahead and show you one of those. And the one in my routine has a 2-point roll, so
okay.
I'll stop at 90 degrees. So there we are, we got our 160. Pull straight up. There we are, straight up. Now I pull back, and I'm going to lock this in at the 45 degrees towards the ground, and then a 2-point roll. There's 1 point, 2 points, and recover.
Very cool.
Yeah, there's Castle Dome way out there. So the idea is just to keep the nose right on that point so that we're not doing any climbing and descending. The plane is just rotating right around that point. And so, you know, it may not be perfect, but that's the idea.
Okay.
So here we go. And we get that little shift of rudder, you know, when we're upside down and back. And then if we did one of those, like on a 2-point roll, I'll go ahead and do this. We'll stop upside down just for a second. So here we go. We roll upside down, stop, and then roll back right side up.
I like that.
You can see I'm kind of shifting around a little bit on my point. And one of the things I like to do is practice power out approaches. So here we are with power out. And what I want to do is maintain 100 miles an hour, which, you know, you would think is probably not that good an idea. But what it is, we're conserving energy. That speed is energy. And so we want to keep above 100 miles an hour so that we got room to flare as we're coming in, because this thing just sinks like a rock.
Yeah.
If we pulled it back to about 80 miles an hour or something, we would have no room to flare when we got down to the ground. Alright. Probably about on a glide path for the end of the runway. And again, if it was an emergency situation, I would want to have, you know, land long, or, you know, I definitely wouldn't want to come up short. And so when I get on my final, I can always
beat it off.
Do a slip. But yeah, I think this is really, we're like just barely going to make it, because my airspeed is bleeding off. Yep. So I'm going to have to add some power.
Almost.
Usually I do those, I come in a lot closer to the runway when I do it. Alright, and then here I'm just getting my peripheral vision. And a little bout there. Somerton traffic, Eagle 24 Alpha Lima, entering left downwind 45 for runway 35, Somerton.
You fly a really tight pattern here, obviously, because it's real low, right?
Yeah. Yep. Somerton traffic, Eagle 24 Alpha Lima, turning base to final, landing runway 35, Somerton.
I see. Yep.
So we're at 100, which is kind of fast. Should be about 90, but with that headwind, you know, you get that false perception of how slow we're going. Float there, and we're down.
Very nice. Nice landing, Ron. Amazing how you just completely lose sight. The attitude is so high.
Yeah. Yep, and it's all about just looking out the sides at that point, or actually keeping my head straight forward and getting the peripheral sight. All right.